What's up?
What's going on with you, Zumi?
Not much. Just had a rough day.
You had a rough day.
I wouldn't say rough, but I was thinking about this the whole freaking day of like, what are we gonna talk on a first podcast? And what what better thing than Walmart?
Oh God.
Just to
You
get
know,
you going. No,
you
no,
know.
no. Hold on,
Okay. All
hold
right.
on.
Holding.
So, when I was in Spokane, there was, or not even Spokane. Like I'm gonna say Oklahoma. You remember Oklahoma, right?
Yes.
And you remember the level of white trashiness that was going on in there, right?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if you got like teenagers asking you how old you were, and you're kind of like, whoa, like girls really like me here. It's like, oh, are you over 21? So you're like, get away from me.
Yes. It was the. I was I with you? No, I wasn't with you when I was with. I think it was John that I was always hanging out with there in Oklahoma, and we went to Walmart that one time. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was John. And the two little teenage high school girls came up to us and were basically asking us to get them alcohol or something like that, something along those lines.
Well,
And I think John asked them like, "How old are you?" And the one girl says, "Old enough to
hold
know
it up.
better and young enough not to care." And we're like, "Yeah, so that means no."
Yeah. So, well, I never thought I was gonna see that level of white trashiness in Mexico. So
Okay,
so
Claire,
so we went
white trash in Mexico,
white. Yeah, well, the version of white trashiness, I guess, what it'll be.
brown
Because
trash.
brown trash. I don't know if that's a term, but I usually just go to Walmart in the morning because one, parking is open, right? So so you get the best parking. There's not enough. There's not a lot of people. So for some reason today we went on the afternoon, and just the amount of people that were there. I mean, it was just like it's just completely overwhelming. And then I started noticing what people look like, and like, oh my god, it seemed like the the ghetto was having like I don't know, like a reunion at Walmart.
So you're telling me that the effect that Walmart has here in the States of like a certain area, like where they put a Walmart in that part of town, it doesn't matter how nice that part of town is,
No.
no matter what, you will get the worst. Well, I don't know if I really
Well,
want to say worst, but the most special and interesting types of individuals.
yeah, I wouldn't say interesting. They're pretty messed up. But it's kind of funny because if you cross the border and you go to Walmart, then yeah, you see a lot of Latinos, Hispanic, Mexicans. It doesn't matter, right? But and it's crowded, yeah. But you're kind of expecting that, but you don't see. I guess that I'll use your term brown trashiness in it. So so to see it here, and granted, I mean, there's only one Walmart in Rosarito, so but I've never seen it that way to the point where like old ladies are wearing shorts and like a tank top and like no bra, and it's almost like a see through. And I have my three kids with me, so I'm just like, God, like cover up, like please, just we don't need that. It's like you're pushing 50, lady. Come on,
Okay,
like
I gotta ask you though, because here in the States, you well know this. It at Walmart, you know what white trash looks like just
yeah.
as well as I do. Okay, what is the definition? What would a brown trash person look like? I mean, are they wearing like a tattered cowboy hat?
Tatter cowboy.
I have no idea. I'm
No,
trying to
they're
picture it and I just
they're
can't see it.
it's about the same clothing actually. I mean, like I said, shorts, tank top, no bra, and it's almost a see through tank top, and then the guy's like he's like wearing shorts with like like regular socks, not even like those cut off socks, but
Oh, so ankle socks, and then
yeah, and you're just like you just look at them, you're just like wow, like you guys like
he's a real winner.
yeah, and then you see all these teenagers, they're not. I mean, you can tell when they dress nice or they're trying to be hipster or whatever. But when they have this white trashiness look or this brown trashiness look, it's just just imagine a 12-year-old with showing her belly and the attempt of a of a piercing on the belly button.
Yes, but like the white trash women do that too. They show the
Well,
belly, and they'll be like 50 years old.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So imagine
Disgusting.
that, but in a I guess in a child version.
Ugh.
Yeah, so it was pretty nasty to see that. And it. I know I don't know what it is, but for example, if I go to the Walmart that opened in Encinitas, dude, that's like going to not even a Target, like something better than Target.
I don't know. It's pretty hard to beat Target.
I know, and I mean
You almost
that's
have to
what I'm
get
saying.
dressed
Like
up to go to Target.
you go to this Walmart and it's like all nice and clean. Uh, like people are greeting you. Granted, they sell you the freaking plastic bags, but
But yeah, that's the thing about new Walmarts. New Walmarts are always nice. They're always nice. And you walk in there, everything's clean. Like I think they spend what, maybe like a good 3, 4 months like actually trying to make the place look nice. And then after that,
it just goes downhill.
yeah, it's a slum.
Well, this one's been open for I'm thinking close to 2 years, and it's still the same. Like it's not overcrowded. Um,
Does anybody know about it?
yeah,
How populated is the area?
Encinitas.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's Encinitas.
I don't know
The
what that
beach.
means. You have to
It's
tell
a
me.
it's a beach town, so you don't. Most of the people go to Oceanside, so but the people in Encinitas, it's. I mean, they keep to themselves most of the time, and uh, yeah, people from Carlsbad will come down and just shop or whatever. But what I'm saying is not, usually you see Walmart and Mexicans go, okay, well, I guess we're going to Walmart.
Yeah, I think I've mentioned this before. I would spend the extra money just to shop at Target.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Walmart. When's the last time we were in Walmart? Not too long ago. Yeah, we had to get camping gear, and it just happened to be the place that had the cheapest camping gear. Like for propane cans and
I will say this though, I do miss going to Walmart and buying ammo.
oh yeah.
Just like
Oh,
guns at Walmart, you're just like, oh, okay,
which
this is where.
reminds me, I have a foreman at work. He was saying that something about what he was doing in Walmart. He saw that was pretty funny, and what happened was is he was at the sporting goods section where all the guns and stuff are, and he looked up on the cleaning supplies and stuff for guns, and they had something called um, gun grease or something like that. And what it actually is, it's a sex lubricant,
Oh
and they
god,
put
no.
that up there in the gun section
Oh my god.
instead. And he noticed it, so he went to the guy behind the desk that's selling the guns, and he's like, "Hey, dude, you might actually want to take that off the shelf because that's not actually gun oil or gun grease or whatever it was." So they moved it.
Oh, I would have taken a picture first. And then be like, I already posted this on YouTube and Facebook, so you, you might want to take it out.
Gun oil.
Oh man. But other than that, I mean, I just wanted to share that. Like, it was just, I don't know, it's going downhill from here, I guess.
I think Walmart went downhill a long time ago. I remember when Walmart was the place to go, and it was actually pretty decently clean. Walt, is it Walt or Sam Walton? Excuse me. Sam Walton was one of those guys that he wanted to sell as many Made in America products as he could, like within the store. So he always took pride in having Made in America on a bunch of the products, and that was like a big seller for people to go there and shop. And then his kids took over. And his kids, I don't know if you've seen anything about Sam Walton's kids, but they are money-hungry dirtbags. I think like one year they make billions of dollars, right? And
Right.
one year, a couple of his kids gave a grand total of like $50,000 to charity.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if you take the equivalent of that to us, what is that, like, a dollar?
Yeah.
50? It's ridiculous.
But I don't know.
What you drinking, Zumi?
Just water.
Just water.
What are you drinking?
Well, I figured since your face wasn't flush that you weren't drinking any alcohol.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Remember when I almost killed you with alcohol?
Yeah, I almost killed myself with
That
alcohol.
was amazing.
Yeah. I've never touched those freaking mudslides again.
Ugh.
I think it was a combination of the sugar, dude, because it did not agree with my stomach.
Well, all that stuff that they were buying, like the mudslides and all these special little sweet drinks and stuff,
Yeah.
they were all mixes. So, like when they make those mixes, the alcohol that they actually put in is really crappy. So it's
Yeah.
not. It's like
So
really cheap vodka that they just mix everything with.
yeah. So I don't know. It was my fault because I should have just been like, no, just drinking the tequila and that's it, and just stick with one thing. But for some reason, like I don't know, I have a sweet tooth, so I'm like, oh, this can't even taste the alcohol. Like, yeah, I don't care. Like, it's sweet. I'm like, all right, I'm in there.
Never again.
Yeah, never again.
Never again.
I'm so glad I didn't go to the hospital for alcohol poisoning, though.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
Later on, a couple years down the road, after you got kicked out of the military, and
Right.
yeah. What rank did you actually make in the Air Force? Was that staff or tech?
I almost made tech, but I kind of turned it down. I got
You
out.
pussied out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it was to the point where it was either I was doing school, I was trying to work, have a family, and then on top of that, getting all the paperwork done and all that stuff. Uh, and it was just too much. So
There was that story that Alvin actually told of his dad making Chief Master Sergeant. Remember, because, like for a long time, his dad was Senior Master Sergeant and loved his job because he was a boom operator and he could still go fly and stuff and kind of do what he wanted to because he was like in between Master Sergeant and Chief Master Sergeant, so you could, you had a lot of leeway. And then he made Chief Master Sergeant, and the only thing he did all day long was pretty much hand out letters of reprimand and chew
yeah,
people out. And it's like, yeah, I'd hate my life too if that was my life. You just have people coming in your office and you're like, yeah, I'm going to chew your ass today.
yeah. It's just one of those things, where when you took the fun out of the job, or it's no longer fun, then it's just you don't have any passion for it. I don't care how other people see it, and because everybody that I tell is like, yeah, I used to refuel airplanes. They're like, oh, dude, that's awesome and stuff, and
You're
you
like,
got to
yeah,
travel.
that part was awesome, I guess.
And it's like, yeah, the traveling was awesome, the refueling part was awesome. Everything in between and the politics were not,
That was bullshit.
and they were extremely overwhelming at points. And it's just, to me, it like I said, my priorities changed. I wanted to start a family, and I really wanted to finish school. And at that point, I was juggling four things. I was only able to juggle three, or willing to juggle three. And I took the job out. So
And here you are.
and here I am.
Master
You
of
know,
your domain.
and that's one of the things. Like I still miss it, and like people from the squadron still calling me up and like saying like, hey, we miss you, kind of like hinting come back, and but
No.
the people are great. I'll say that, and like, it's a really really awesome job, but I didn't see myself doing it for 20 plus years.
Well, I'd say that most of the people were pretty cool. There were a few, but for the most part, I enjoyed it. I did not like being on the ground at all. I didn't like going into the squadron, and I don't know, just something about it killed you a little bit
Yeah,
every
well,
day.
I didn't. Fairchild was kind of like that place for me where it was just like, I kind of don't want to go in today. But at March, uh, I always felt like I was going to a second family. So I was pretty much going out to hang out with people.
Yeah,
Like a good 70% was just hanging out. The other 30 was like actually doing something.
that's the
And
guard.
well, I was
See,
reserves.
it's the same thing. Well, I wouldn't say that. The guard, you're a little bit lazier. You remember those dudes out in Hawaii that would show up to the plane in like their shirts and shorts and stuff? Did you
Oh
ever
yeah,
see that? That was
yeah,
crazy.
I did. They're all like, yeah, I don't have to be in military clothes until about an hour from now.
I'm like, yeah, but
So
you're
we're
still
doing,
working.
so we're doing this in our civvies, and they're like on shorts and stuff. Yeah, that
You
was
guys are a
funny.
little early today.
But yeah, I mean, I have nothing but good things to say about my last squadron because like I said, I was treated like family. So
You better be careful because they will be listening one day.
maybe.
Nobody's listening to this right now.
So and like there's a lot of I know there's a lot of complaining about like the stupid shit and stuff, but when you look at it and in the timeline of your life, it's that tiny. So
Kind
it's
of like the
almost
two blips on your face right now on the camera.
yeah, it's insignificant.
It's really distracting. Not really.
I can move the camera if you
Oh
want.
no, I like.
I'll do this. There
Oh,
you go.
now I see it on the curtain.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it.
I don't. Of course, I'm not really looking at myself. Like,
Well, when it was on your face, you kind of looked like your head was a Dragon Ball.
but anyways, I got a video for you, so we're gonna change the subject here a little bit.
Okay,
So
now that we're warmed up.
there's this whole thing going around about Black Lives Matter and all that stuff.
You really gonna pull me into this?
Yes, I am, because I found this one video and the guy summed everything up the way that nobody else is doing it. Like everybody's like just focusing on one thing, and it's like they're trying to shove it down your throat to the point where you're like yeah, man, cops are bad. Don't trust them. But just look at the video. Just play it out.
All right.
It's a short video.
Now, to be warned, I think the audio will play, so I'm gonna try to keep the volume down a little bit. Let me see.
That's fine. People can listen to it too.
Let's see. It's got to load first.
And it's I think I'm gonna like mess
Milo.
up. Yeah.
Okay, here it
Before
goes.
we dive into some facts and
Yiannopoulos?
statistics
I don't know how
that
to
may
say it.
boggle your mind, it's my duty to read you your Milo-approved Miranda rights. You have the right to controversial opinions and speech. You have the right to confront and to disagree with, to rebut and to question opinions that don't match your own. You have the right to do all of that without being told that you are violating a safe space. You have the right to reject the brainwashing forced upon you by professors that make Obama look like the aforesaid Che Guevara.
Oh,
and
God,
most
that's
importantly, you have the right to worship your dangerous faggot. Now, I'm not a real policeman, but...
I'm not a real policeman.
I know. I have had some policemen in me.
Aww.
Sorry, I'll stop. It's cheap. It's cheap. It's cheap. You should stop laughing. It just encourages me. That's not even in here. I'm just... But I do recognize that blue lives matter. Blue lives matter.
Now, blue lives, is that cops? I'm assuming that's what it means.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter doesn't really care about black lives. It's, as we'll discuss shortly, more of a movement for attention, money, and, like most activism, more money. To achieve these goals, they focus their energies on cases of black men killed by the police. Well, the work of criminologist Dr. Richard Johnson of the University of Toledo explains just how futile this is.
Oh shit, now he's going to break it down.
Some of this stuff is tough.
Classic Milo.
It's not the kind of thing that you want to discuss over cocktails, but it's important to understand the problem if you're going to fix it, which Black Lives Matter definitely can't. Based on 2012 numbers, it would take 40 years worth of blacks killed by police to equal the total number of blacks murdered by other blacks in a single year.
Oh.
Less than 400 people a year are killed by cops. 61% of them are white men. 32% are black males. Black men are not killed out of proportion when you consider they're much more likely to interact with police. People are killed by police about as often as they're struck by lightning, but I don't see many protests about storms. Black males are 58% of those killed legally by private citizens in self-defense. And you think, aha, we've got you on something. Except 75% of them were killed by other blacks. FBI statistics on murder lay bare the real threat to black lives in America, and that is other blacks. Black men are about 6.5% of the US population, but they commit 52% of all murders. That has dipped to about 40% in recent years. Black men overwhelmingly murder other black people, and white people overwhelmingly murder other white people. So just like abuse and harassment on the internet, this isn't really a racial issue like that isn't really a gendered issue. Looking at overall violent crime, blacks are 27% more likely to attack whites than vice versa, and 8 times more likely to attack Hispanics. This is the shocking number I hope you take away from my visit. 90% of blacks that die of murder die at the hands of other black people. That's from the FBI homicide.
90?
90%.
Yep,
We're not
90%.
about why this happens,
90%.
why 74% of black children are raised without fathers per Health and Human Services, why the government seems intent on continuing a cycle of destruction within the black community. My message is simple. Black lives don't matter to Black Lives Matter. If they did, they'd be confronting these issues instead of ignoring them completely.
So this is the road we're going to go down in this conversation, huh?
But we don't have to take the road.
That's harsh, Zumi.
I know. It's just one of those things. Are you done watching the video?
Yes, I'm done.
It's just one of those things where, everybody's. I'm seeing. Well, the reason why I brought it up was because of this whole kneeling on the national anthem football thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sick and tired of hearing about it, and
I still want to understand what they're trying to accomplish, though.
Exactly. It's like, well, dude, why aren't you taking a knee and saying, until we educate our kids better, and I see more minorities as lawyers and whatever, then yeah. But to say that, it's because cops are killing, or are racially profiling and killing and beating Latinos, blacks, and whatever, everything non-white, and it's just like, yeah, you know what? That's just like 3 incidents in the whole freaking nation. Like we have how many people in the United States? 600 million, I think, or something like that.
Well, I would say that I've seen some of the videos on both sides. I've seen the videos of the cops killing black men, and in some of these, it's apparent that there's no reason why they should be doing this. However, I've seen it on the other side too, where either black men, women, or any of these, if you want to call them protests, I don't consider them protests, but whenever these, some of these people are gathering together, whether it be blacks, whether it be women, whether it be, Mexicans, whites, whatever, some of these people are attacking cops as well.
Yeah.
So I don't understand where some of these numbers are coming from that the media is putting forth. I mean, if you look at the actual statistics, that's not what it really says.
Right. But
like, just because you show a video of it doesn't mean it's some
exactly.
epidemic.
And that's the thing. It's like, you're not really targeting an issue. You're just making something go viral, and that's it.
I can do that too.
It's if like, Sylvie just goes on saying like, you know what, like, and I state right now that, this is happening, and yeah, they need to be stopped, and I'm gonna protest and stuff, and then all of a sudden I look at the big picture or the overall numbers, and it looks like, or the results that I get is that it only happened in like one specific section of my city.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like, no, it's happening everywhere in the United States.
Well, that's what I mean. It's as long as you can get the backing of the media, or you can get the a backing of a certain political group, and I think it's for both sides as well. Now that things are so bad now, but I think if you can get the backing of any of those powerful sectors, then you can make anything look like it's some terrible epidemic, some matter that we all need to attend to. But I don't know.
Yeah. So like I said, we don't have to go down this road. I just wanted to share because it's one of the things where I'm like, I think the only person that's gonna like laugh at this and actually go, yeah, it's gonna be you. Yeah. So.
Well,
enough.
I think it's ridiculous. I will say that I have watched some of Milo's other videos of him taking on some of the special interest groups, so some of the, let's say, feminist groups, some of the, oh gosh, what else? Well, basically all liberal groups of any kind, because he's an anomaly, right? I mean, He's a conservative homosexual. And not only is he conservative homosexual, but he's extremely conservative homosexual. That's pretty rare. So watching him take people's belief systems from what they get from the hive mind, and just breaking it down is hilarious.
He just reminds me of. He does his homework, and that's what a lot of these people that are in these groups don't do. They see one specific event, they generalize it, and they fight and they protest and they bitch about something that if you look at the larger picture, the big spectrum, it's like, yeah, I mean it's not really happening as big as you're saying it is. It's not happening in every home. It's not happening on,
Well, that was like that big epidemic of people. I keep on saying the word epidemic, but it really was. The large number of people that out of nowhere started claiming that the Holocaust never happened.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like when people were believing that the Earth was flat, which, if anybody ever actually does listen to this, we'll probably catch flack from it from the flat Earthists, trying to prove to us that the Earth is flat. But yeah, it's ridiculous.
We can always pull a Bill Burr and say, like, these are just our opinions and we're a bunch of morons, so screw you.
Everybody has an opinion.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It was just...
I have some would you rather questions if you want to change it up a little bit.
Hey, I don't want to make all this podcast like, oh, this podcast about politics and it sucks.
Well, this is technically our test podcast, I would say, our test episode.
We're going to air it someday. So.
Oh, it's going to get aired. I don't care. Okay. I'm going to start with a would you rather. Are you ready?
Well, for those who don't know the game.
Oh, okay. All right, let's do this.
Like, How did you fucking came about this game, anyways?
But the game, like you mean
Yeah,
how?
the actual board
Oh, the
game. Cause
board game?
I
I
cause
don't
I
know.
remember you got in. It's like, hey, I got this game,
And
and
it
it's
was
like,
stupid.
yeah, it's a
It was
fucking
really
card
stupid.
game.
But it's way more fun. I think yeah, I think we actually still have it up on the in the one of these bookcases. Oh yeah, and the game Fuck You. I think it's all I think it's all drinking games pretty much. Um, but when you actually take away the game, the board game, and just ask the questions, it's way more fun. I don't know why the hell they made a board game out of it because it's just stupid then. So, um, is your body ready?
No, but you gotta explain people like
Okay.
what the
Okay.
game
Would
is.
you rather? Would you rather is a game that's been replicated many, many times with different names, but the basic idea is that you ask two things, and it's would you rather do this, or would you rather do this, or have this, or what have you. Different scenarios, and the scenarios are typically very similar, or at least into their extremity, or their what's the word? The two items are they should be at least equal in some fashion, so that it makes it interesting to see what the answers are. You know. Okay. Well, we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a
All
shot.
right.
All right. So, number one, would you rather? Would you rather eat shit that tasted like chocolate, or eat chocolate that tasted like shit?
Uh, shit. Well, why would I eat chocolate that tasted like shit though?
Yes, but why would you eat shit that tastes like chocolate? It's still shit.
But it tastes like chocolate.
Well,
I mean, am I
it's
getting?
shit
Am I?
though.
Wait, all right, hold on. I guess I need a little bit more details on this one. If I eat the shit that tastes like chocolate, am I eating the bad stuff that comes with shit?
Dude, it's shit. It's all bad.
Fuck. Well, I guess healthy food already tastes like shit to me. So, so if I eat chocolate that tasted like shit, it wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah, because it's still
Uh,
chocolate and you're safe, right?
yeah,
You just have a bad taste in your mouth.
exactly. Are you gonna have the shit breath too?
Well, I mean, of course.
Fuck. Uh,
Okay. I'll ask you a different one. Let's see. Oh yeah. Well, okay, yeah. What you said? Eat chocolate that tastes like shit.
yes.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
like it, but yeah.
But I think my argument would be the same. Now, you, if I had a choice to eat shit or not eat shit, I'd not eat shit. Just because it's shit, I don't care how good it tastes. It came out of something.
Well, okay. I'll stick to that answer, except if it comes out of Jessica Biel's ass.
Yeah, you would. You would.
Dude, what, if it comes out of Jessica Biel's ass and it tastes like chocolate, I'm fucking eating it. I'm sorry.
So, just in case you haven't noticed, Zumi really likes Jessica Biel.
I love
Um,
Jessica Biel.
I did send you the question earlier, and you never answered, so I'm going to ask it again. And I think the answer is obvious. However, I'd love to see what you say. Would you rather reverse one decision you make every day, or be able to stop time for 10 seconds every day?
Stop. Why would I stop time for 10 seconds?
Well, I think what they're trying to ask is, stop time, but perhaps you can still move normally, or
So I can like play pranks on people.
yes,
But I
pretty
but I only
much.
have 10. But I only have 10 seconds though.
You only have 10 seconds.
That's not a lot of time.
Or you can reverse one decision.
I think I'll reverse one decision because if I then I can go to somebody that I really hate, punch him in the face.
Your answer to this is completely different than my logic.
can punch him in the face, and then I can go back and decide not to punch him. But I would already have the knowledge of saying like, yeah, I punch him in the face. So
See, I would have chosen the reverse one decision, because then I could just go to the casino and bet $500 on black, and if it doesn't come up black, I just go back, reverse my decision, and put 500 down on red, and then the next day you have $1,000.
oh well, I mean,
But
yeah,
you violent offender, oh no, we're thinking about hitting people.
oh this Milo video just cut me riled up again. So
Oh, okay.
or Milo.
Yeah.
And,
Those damn
yeah, but
homosexuals.
no, but think about it. But think about it. I mean, it's any decision, right?
It's any decision, but it's only one decision. It can't be a building of decisions, like a one set of decision. It's just one. Like you choose to either brush your teeth or not brush your teeth. A singular decision.
No, yeah, I stick with my answer because I really want to punch somebody in the face and then go back and say like, yeah.
The question is, do you have any memory of that previous decision? But then we're just getting into time warps and.
Well, if you don't, then if you don't, then
what's the fucking point?
Then, yeah, what's the point? Then I'm stopping time for
and
10 seconds.
I
even though I don't
betting
see
on
any.
Black.
Yeah, even though I'm not. I don't see any like really logical application except maybe like, stopping time. Pull your pants to give you like the biggest wedgie you ever had in your life, and you not know anything. But other than that, I mean, it'll be for comedic purposes, and that's
now,
it.
That actually brings up an interesting thing. Have you ever seen it's a video that came up on the internet a few months ago? Well, it might have been more than a few months ago. It's called like the 15-second time box or something like that.
No.
Oh, this guy has a box. It's supposed to be comedic, but it's actually quite morbid. This guy has this box that has a button on it that he can press it and it will send him back in time like 15 seconds or maybe 30 seconds, I don't know. But he can fix the mistakes he just made. So like what he basically does is he just walks up to this girl that's sitting on a bench and he tries out different techniques of, hitting on her. But the end result is really morbid. And here, I'll find it for you. It's hilarious, and it's very, very harsh. Let me see. 15-second time machine. Something like that. I think it's 15 seconds. Let me see. 1 minute time machine. Excuse me. That's a long fucking time. That's a year ago? Wow. Dude. Let me see. Okay. I will send this to you. And you're going to love this. Now, I don't think people are going to be able to hear the audio from your side, so I'll play it on my side as well. Copy. Here you go, Zoomy. I'm putting it in chat for you. Okay. And just let me know when you're playing it.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, no, wait. Okay, ready?
Okay, from the beginning?
Yeah.
And go.
1 minute time machine.
Excuse me. Do you mind if I,
Free country.
Oh, nothing.
It's not a 1 minute time machine.
1 minute time machine.
excuse me. You mind if I,
Free country. What's that?
well, it certainly isn't a 1 minute time machine. My lunchbox.
I like Queen.
Cool. I'm Lanes. I'm James.
Jane. Are you trying to pick me up?
No, come on. Do I look that strong?
Are you trying Really? I'm so sick of men that can't just ask for what they want.
I want you to spank my bad little boy bottom. I thought you... Yeah, no.
I thought you
Thank you.
Oh, we're going right now.
Oh. Hey, you like science?
Science. My 5-year-old niece likes science. I have a doctorate in quantum mechanics.
Oh, you like studying quantum mechanics regarding both our perceptions of time and how we deal with universal spatial geography.
Yeah. What's your favorite part?
The butt. We're still talking about science. Time travel.
Me too. Oh, it's amazing. Scary as shit, though,
I
right?
know. Wait, what? Why?
Well, have you read the chapter on practical application?
Of course, I read the chapter on practical application.
And?
And I am just going to hit this little red button here.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Who are you? What are you doing with my book?
Shh. I need to read this real fast. Don't worry. That doesn't even count.
This one doesn't even count.
My pages? Fuck that. No, I haven't actually read that. I'm too busy doing instead of reading.
Doing actual practical time traveling? Have you used that?
I don't know. Maybe.
For me?
Does that creep you out?
No. Actually, really beautiful.
You really think so?
Yeah, I've never had a man fight for me before, let alone die for me.
Well, sorry, die? No.
Yeah, not you, exactly. But that's the point of the chapter, right? Time travel's impossible.
It's not impossible. I've done it.
No, every time you push that button, you created a copy of yourself in a parallel world that exists 1 minute in your past. Your original body dies in the genuine or the earlier universe.
That's so fucked up.
That is messed up. So for those who are not, they can't watch this video. They show like the multiple parallel universe, and then he's just like dead. The girl's like panicking.
It's touching me.
Bright side, you're the first successful multiple suicide. Pretty cool. Let's go back to my place and just forget all about this stupid little murder box.
Murder box.
Suicide mission. Who cares? That wasn't you. It was them.
I care.
Shit, really?
How would I ever get a boner again, knowing what I know?
Gina, too, but thank you for this. What's your favorite part?
Time travel.
Me too. It's amazing. Scariest.
Scary? What do you mean?
No, nothing. I mean, it's not like this is some multi-dimensional murder box.
Huh?
And there you go.
I liked it.
A multi-dimensional murder box.
Well, then I guess I'm gonna change my answer to just stop time for 10 seconds.
You want to
I don't
murder
wanna
your other selves?
Yeah, I don't want to murder my other self. Definitely don't want to do that.
Oh, that's harsh.
You know,
Well, yeah, there you go. I thought of that, and I thought it was pretty funny.
it is pretty funny. I like that film. I'm gonna send it to my brother.
Yeah,
But
we're gonna have to have Mario on sometime.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, dude. You know I'm gonna tell him.
I know. But eventually we will. He just has to say yes, though. He's like, whenever I want him to do something, he's like, yeah, well, we'll see. So.
Yeah. We can cut out all this dead time too, right?
If you want, if you don't
No,
have to.
do it raw. Do it raw.
Yeah, just do it raw, man. Like
WWE style.
it's I mean, if people are listening to that, they
They're
definitely. I
not.
mean, dude, the title of our freaking podcast is
Nothing
nothing better
better to listen
to
to.
listen to. So,
We probably should have mentioned that in the beginning.
yeah, maybe we'll edit it.
We'll get Christopher Walken to do the intro.
You know, Christopher
Nothing
Walken.
better to listen to. That's terrible. It's a terrible
Yeah.
Christopher Walken. What else, Sumi? What else you got on your plate tonight?
I didn't have much, to be honest. I was just gonna be like, yeah, let's just bullshit around, and that'll
So
be the
far
podcast.
you've bullshit for 45 minutes, so that's impressive.
I know.
Yeah,
Got a lot of shit.
a lot of shit.
A lot of shit.
A lot of shit.
So, but I was well, going back to the whole things that pissed me off.
Oh, okay, we're gonna go through that again. Okay.
Oh man,
Tell me what you're feeling, Zumi.
I cannot. Okay, so I don't know if I ever told you this, but I love street tacos. Yes.
Okay.
So, and I don't care what people say, like, oh, there's this Mexican restaurant, it's run by Mexicans and stuff, in the States. There's no fucking good Mexican restaurants in the States. All right,
Sweeto burrito. I'm sorry.
It doesn't even matter. They're in California. No, like if you really want good street tacos, there's no place like Mexico. So, for the love that I have for tacos, I've been trying to find or go to buy some tacos for the past 2 weeks, and we haven't been able to find good tacos. Not even like our like usual spots.
Oh my god, what are you gonna do?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna open my own taco shop and eat my own tacos.
I mean, yeah, you're a Mexican in Mexico that can't get fucking tacos. I mean, that's just wrong.
And I was telling my wife that like we just hit this point in our life where we can't find good tacos.
Oh my
like
god!
The first
you guys gotta go to counseling.
Shut the fuck up. But no, the first taco stand that we go, they made the meat didn't look right. We're just like
describe it.
Well, usually they're supposed to you either use pork or you use your regular cow meat or whatever, but this meat looked like a mix of both. So
okay.
I think the taco lady got lazy and she mixed different types of meat, and we're just like yeah.
That like mixed different types of meat. What do you think
Yeah,
the
like,
meat was?
I don't know,
Beef?
probably dog and cat and beef.
Oh, so
with
normal
bit
Mexican
of
food, right? Or is that Japanese? Or is that Chinese? I can't even tell.
Thai, maybe. But and then we go to this other place, and when you cook with charcoal, you're not supposed to put the meat like right away. You're supposed to let the charcoal burn a little bit, right?
Yeah, sure.
Get the coals all like hot and ready. Well, I think what they did is they put the charcoal in, they put the meat and cooked it like that, and you can just fucking taste like the liquid that they put,
You mean like lighter fluid?
the lighter fluid type thing with the whatever the charcoal chemical that they have, and it just tasted like shit, dude.
That's filthy.
It is. And we couldn't eat it. We were just like, fuck.
So you basically went to Taco Bell.
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
Minus the diarrhea.
Minus the diarrhea. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a plus.
Well, because we didn't eat it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, you
So-
usually don't get diarrhea if you don't eat it.
And then finally we were like, all right, we haven't been to this taco shop in a while. Let's go there. They're a little bit more expensive, but they give you a good taco, right? So I asked for my orders, and I asked for everything separate because the kids don't eat the cilantro and the onions and all that shit, right?
Naturally.
And come home, we open our stuff, and they didn't put the freaking guacamole in. They didn't put any salsa in it, and all they did is they gave us beans and like jalapenos, and we're just like,
So it's
fuck.
this dry ass taco.
Yeah, this dry ass taco, and all I had was beans, and the beans were kind of dried out too. They weren't like, so we're just like, oh my god, like we
I hate
can't
dry
find,
taco.
we can't find a fucking good taco right now.
Yeah, when to have a good taco, it needs to be a little lubed. I mean,
So
got to have
so
some
we're
type of moisture on it.
so we went on this thing where we're like, okay, we're not gonna buy a taco. Let's buy something else. Let's buy a pizza.
That's very Mexican of you.
We we go, we order a fucking pizza, and the guy starts yelling at my wife, like kind of like, I can't hear you. Like, are you saying D? Or are you saying P? And I finally snap, and I'm like, this. I'm like, listen, asshole, you don't talk to my wife that way. It's like you just lost a client today.
You
The
did
guy-
this over the intercom?
Yeah.
Wow. That you might actually be my hero right now because it's something I've always wanted to do is yell at an asshole that's working at a fast food restaurant. Was this a fast food restaurant, or do you guys have
Yeah.
drive-throughs in all of your
No,
fancy
well, yeah,
restaurants too?
you have drive-throughs too. But you know, uh, anyways, we're like, all right, that pizza place didn't work out. Let's just order Domino's. We order Domino's, and it's it's a it's been over an hour, and I call in and I'm like, hey, I called for a pizza, and we don't see the guy. Is he lost or something? And they're like, oh, let me check. And of course they put me on hold for like 10 minutes, and then
They forgot about you.
They hang up on me. No, hold on. They didn't forget. They hang up on me, and then I call back, and I'm like, yeah, I'm checking in on my pizza, and they're like, yeah, the driver's not answering, and I'm like, well, I'm about to cancel the order because I'm really freaking hungry. I think I'm gonna go get some tacos. so, so the lady, she's like, well, no, like he's gonna be there, and it's like it'll just give me a call back in around 10 minutes, and we're trying to track the guy. And it's like, dude,
So you have an AWOL pizza delivery guy.
I'm like, I called you 10 minutes ago, and you gave me the same answer to wait 10 minutes. I need to know if this guy is actually coming. If not, then I need to drive to a taco stand right now because I'm really, really freaking hungry right now. And all I hear in the background is like the lady talking. Is like, yeah, he's about to cancel, and can't find so and so. And it's like, So then I hear like, hello, and I'm like, yes. It's like, listen, when the guy comes in, all you have to do is just sign the ticket, and the pizza's completely free. And I'm like, yeah, that doesn't solve my problem though. Is the guy actually coming or not?
Like, I don't mind pain. I just want food.
And she's like, no, he's coming. He's like, well, are you sure? Because I heard your conversation, and it sounds like you can't track this guy. He's not picking up the phone. So it's like, no, he's coming. It's like, if
Did this guy get unplugged from the Matrix or something?
It's like, it's gonna be 10 minutes, and I'm like, I'm gonna call you back, and it's like, I'm gonna time you right now. If he's not here in 10 minutes, I'm gonna be really, really pissed at you guys. So finally, I hear the honking of the bike, and I go to the guy, and I'm like, hey, dude, and he's like, yeah, sorry, like we just like we're like oversaturated right now, and I'm like, really?
That's
like,
not what your boss was saying, asshole.
And I'm like, well, I was told that I just needed to sign the ticket. And the look on this guy's face was like, oh shit. So I'm like, all right, dude. Like, it's like I know how the pizza delivery system works. And I'm like, so you tell me
Fucking
right now.
James Gandolfini this.
I'm like, tell me right now, are you going to be charged for these pizzas? And he's like stumbling, like, well, no, they won't completely charge them. And I'm like, no, that's not the question. Are they going to charge you for these pizzas because they were late? And he didn't give me like the straight answer, but I could tell they were going to charge him a percentage, even though it says that they don't charge their delivery guys for the pizza if it's late.
Like they say, the cops don't have a quota.
Exactly. So, and I know it's like, dude, I ran a pizza restaurant before. I know how this fucking business works. And usually the pizza delivery guy gets screwed when they don't deliver the pizza on time. They get charged for that pizza. And the bill was like, at US it was like $25 or so. So I'm like, you just straight up tell me, dude, are they gonna charge you? And I got the same answer, like they're not completely gonna charge me. So I'm like, all right. So I just gave him 100 pesos, just like $8 right now or something. And I just saw it as like, I wasn't gonna screw the guy by charging the full $25 or whatever. And ate the pizza. It was fucking cold, by the way. So pissed.
So it was worth $8. Is that what you're saying?
It for the amount of because we ordered 2 pizzas and the soda and all that stuff. So I mean, it kind of balanced out. I spent $8 and I got a cold pizza. But so then we're like, all right, so we can't do fucking tacos, we can't do pizza anymore. let's just cook something next time.
It's when in the beginning, that's the one thing that you were trying to avoid.
Right. So, but yeah, we that's my taco pizza story of the week.
How many? The other day we had what was it? Two people that ran a red light, or was it 3? It was almost 3.
Jesus.
The weirdest day. Like, the first one you kind of just shrug off, right? Like when you see someone just blast through a red light. Okay, Chris, I'm gonna let Stelly on for this one because she knows the story. So, okay, here we go. Apologies to anyone listening in the future. She is not ready for this.
That's okay though.
Gotta get close. Gotta get close.
Okay, so
Make love to it.
are we downtown?
With your mouth.
I think we were downtown in Spokane, and somebody ran a red light downtown. Normal, whatever. Then we get out to the valley, and I'm sitting at a stoplight, turning onto a one-way 4-lane busy straight. Do you remember Sprague, Zumi?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So I'm sitting there waiting, and the light turns red for the the one way, and this a pedestrian starts walking across the street out of nowhere. This VW Jetta just comes, like, he is driving like a bat out of hell, and he honks the fucking horn at the
my
pedestrian.
God. Get the fuck out of the way.
I'm like, what the hell?
It is possible he didn't have any brakes.
No,
Or he was
did.
shitting himself.
He did, because I was driving behind him and I was super pissed. Anyway, so then we go over to GameStop, and we're getting ready to go home, and all of a sudden, okay, so we all stop at this red light, and all of a sudden you hear this. I look over these girls. There's like 2 girls in a car, and they're just laughing so hard, and they back up because she almost ran a red light.
Oh my
I'm
God.
just like, holy shit! Where do these people come from? No, that was it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's Spokane. I don't know if you remember Spokane. Um,
I do.
Drivers out here, I maybe there's a lot of Asians. I don't know.
Oh, come on.
Or women,
Did you have to go there?
or
Oh,
both.
they're both.
There's a lot of nail salons here. Which they did have an Asian buffet here put up recently. Wasn't that the one we went to with your parents? Ugh, that was filthy. I mean, it was actually no. It's a clean restaurant, very very clean. But this buffet is disgusting. Yeah, and that's the best one in town. I
Jeez.
mean, I have
Oh,
yet to be at a good Chinese buffet or Asian buffet in Spokane. I mean, they're disgusting.
you know what that reminds me of? They like recently, within the last 2 months, they have closed down 4 Chinese restaurants in TJ because they found that they were actually serving dog meat.
Oh God.
Yeah. I thought it was like an urban legend about Chinese restaurants and stuff. And then I saw it on the news and I'm like, holy shit, this is real.
Well, that's
So
like
I'm actually avoiding Chinese food now, unless I go to Oceanside.
you're afraid the thing's gonna bark when you bite into it.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's like
So,
I didn't think it was for real, but apparently France still does it. They eat horse meat. It's like just a normal thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it's just a cultural thing, and it's probably normal, but just to me, that's I don't know. I can't eat sea biscuit. I just can't do it, man.
Well, I can't eat dog meat. It's maybe it's tasty, but
Does it matter?
well, I guess not if you're dead, right? But it's just like I have a kind of like an emotional link with dogs that it just I can eat cat meat though.
Yeah.
But
Fuck cats.
but tell me that I'm eating cat meat. Don't like try to hide it.
You'll know if it's
I don't.
really light colored and
Yeah, I don't like that shock and surprise. Just tell me like, hey, you're gonna eat dog or not dog, but cat meat. And I'm like, all right,
did
I'll
you
eat
eat
it.
squirrel in survival?
No, we ate rabbit.
Well, yeah, I think everybody had rabbit. I told you that story though. Did I? Yeah, I mentioned it the last time we were talking. The girl that was in our group that had to kill the rabbit because she thought that we were taking pets.
Oh,
Yeah. It's feeding the thing, talking to it. We're all just
name it Thumper.
we're all looking at her like, should we tell her? Nah, just let nature take its course here. This is gonna be great.
Oh, jeez. She probably had to hit it twice, didn't she?
She had to hit it she hit it the first time. She whacked it pretty good. Um, and she hit it in the right spot too. I mean, there was blood coming out the nose. So
Yeah.
we all thought, like, oh, this thing's gone. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
good, it's over. And then it was not until we had got that skin about halfway down that thing woke up.
Oh God.
And I don't know if you ever heard a rabbit scream.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Woo.
because the guy that killed our rabbit didn't quite get it on the first one.
Yeah.
It sounds like a baby crying.
Yep. Yeah, it
It-
kind of
it-
fuck you up. It fucked her up.
Yeah, that's why I have a job. I guess. So, but yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, you know what? Just I'll just go to the meat the meat store and
Just say cat. Gato.
yeah. I don't want to see the creature like suffering or whatever.
So you've never been to a slaughterhouse?
I've been to a slaughterhouse. Well, dude, I grew up in Mexico. Like next door is a slaughterhouse.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They had that tradition where they have the goat, and they
Tom Brady?
they, they tie
Oh, you
him
mean
up
a goat? Okay.
upside down, and then they have like an ice pick, and they just pinch the freaking throat,
Yeah.
and the blood is squirting. It's like into this tub where because they use the blood for like make a broth or whatever. But the thing is crying it's suffocating. It's bleeding out and suffocating, and they don't. It's not a clean kill. It's like
Yeah, it's
You
Mexico.
you get pinched with a
They don't have all those laws, for
yeah. So, and then when people kill pigs, it's the worst.
Oh, they are even up here. The whole process to slaughter a pig is actually pretty brutal. It's like you don't see PETA, fighting for the rights of pigs. That's something that it's extremely double standard. Like pigs. What's the other one? Well, of course they'll get pissed off about chickens and cows and the big ones.
Yeah.
But they don't get pissed about pigs. Pigs are still pretty brutalized. But
Yep.
honestly, I don't know if I care because I love bacon.
It's like for all that I know, bacon comes from a wonderful, beautiful place. Don't ruin it for me.
Baconopolis.
But yeah, it's. But a rabbit, holy shit, dude.
You don't like rabbit?
No, this.
Oh, you mean
crying.
the scream? Yeah, that's
the scream. It's just.
it's the stuff
Yeah.
of nightmares, man. That's like
They're tasty. I will say that they're pretty tasty.
my dad was telling me about how I think he went on a missions trip. He went on a missions trip when I was a kid to the Philippines, and out there, like out in the bush, they're still eating monkey, like baboon and stuff. And he says they actually had a baboon that this tribe was, I don't know if you call it a tribe. It was just like a little village that they were in. I say tribe, you're thinking like South America, No, it's just like this little community of people, and they just eat whatever they can get their hands on, right? And they share with the whole community. My dad was telling me that after they skin a baboon, it looks like a human being.
Oh.
And they hook the thing up on a spit and just rotate that thing until it's done, and everybody goes and grabs a piece, and jeez. But he didn't know what it was. Like, he didn't know that they were cooking, baboon that night. He just walked in to that part of the village, and there's a huge fire, and there's some dude on a spit, and they're rotating him. He's like, oh, shit. It's like Cannibal Holocaust in here.
There's no laws against cannibalism, technically.
Technically, no, there isn't. It's actually pretty interesting how the whole thing works. I think it's like you're not allowed to kill them, obviously, because that's murder. You're not allowed to steal from like a grave. You're not allowed to destroy a crime scene. But as long as you follow those rules, you can eat like parts off of people.
Yeah. Or if I donate my organs to you, you can do whatever you want with them.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of like, You can't eat me, Lonnie, by the way.
Well, I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm going to leave it alone.
Just saying, if you ever had that crazy idea, no.
Well, if you're asking if I've ever wondered what human tastes like, I have. But I don't think I ever want to find out.
Yeah.
What do you think I taste like?
I don't know, bacon?
Bacon and donuts, bitch.
It'll be like that scene from Game of Thrones when, the Night Watch guys are burning the bodies of their friends.
Uh-huh.
And they're all starving.
Oh.
He's like, I never thought he was going to smell this good. It's just like, oh, God.
Fucking Donner Party. Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah. So what... Okay, go ahead.
No, that's fine.
No, I have nothing to say.
Oh. I was going to say, speaking of Game of Thrones, when is that thing coming back on?
I think they do it right at springtime or right after. I'm not sure. Look it up. You got a computer. Shit.
I don't want to do that.
Well, I'll do it. Okay.
Thank you.
Continue to talk.
I am talking. See, I like the flow that we have on this, even though we're talking about fucking nothing,
Yeah, I think it works out pretty good. There's some dead space every now and then, but that's not a big deal. I really don't care either. So.
Well, it's like I said, people have nothing better to do than listen to this. And
Okay, tell me that wasn't the craziest thing that I had told you about. What's his name? The guy that played Ike on Tombstone, and where he is now.
oh yeah,
Yeah, what's his name?
I can't remember.
Ike from Tombstone. Because that is a huge transformation. Ike. Let me see. I don't want to see the actual guy.
I don't see it. I saw the trailer for Bat Santa too, by the way.
Oh yeah, that looks good. Looks good. Let's see. See full cast and crew. Tombstone. Oh, fucking love Sam Elliott though. Let's see. Kurt Russell's dead, right? Didn't he die of like brain cancer or something?
What?
Kurt Russell.
This is the first I'm hearing about this.
You didn't know that Kurt Russell's dead?
No, didn't he just make the Hateful Eight with Quentin Tarantino?
Oh shit! No, not Kurt Russell. Oh my gosh, Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
why I got those two.
Patrick Swayze has been dead for a while.
Let's see, Stephen Lang. Stephen Lang was Ike in Tombstone. And for those who don't know, Stephen Lang is also with that crazy ass gung ho general from Avatar.
Such a crappy movie.
Everything out there wants to eat your eyes for jujubes.
Oh my god! The fact that you know that quotes from that movie just lost street creds for me, dude.
I will say, and I will admit that I actually liked the movie first few times. Now that I watch it now, there's too many similarities to other movies and other stories. The one story that everybody should know that it's actually kind of stolen from is which movie, Sumi?
Dances with Wolves.
Dances with Wolves.
It pretty much is Dances with Wolves, except you have the Smurf, or the tall Smurfs.
The alien Smurfs?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that, sweetie?
Such a dumb movie.
Okay. Do you want to explain why you think it's... No? Oh, okay. Gonna be chicken shit.
Is she the only person on this planet that likes Avatar?
I don't know. Do you like Avatar, huh? It's okay. She likes the pilot chick.
No.
Yeah, she does. She's got some weird thing for that girl because she likes. Okay, Christelle likes the Fast and the Furious movies.
I like the Fast and the Furious movies too.
No. She likes the first one and the third one, so that's Tokyo Drift, right? And then the one, what is it? Just it's the Fast and the Furious, or is it Fast and the Furious? I don't know because there's like 15 of them now, and Paul Walker's in 3 of them when he was dead. How does that go? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, all the respect in the world to Vin Diesel for trying to continue that thing, but I just think they're terrible. Yeah, but Adam Sandler has a lot of fun doing the movies he does, and they're shit.
Well, I will say I would rather watch the Fast and the Furious than watch any Adam Sandler movie that he's putting out lately.
But why is that?
Well, because if you go to a Fast and the Furious movie, you know what you're going for. You're going for an action movie and mindless entertainment. If you go to an Adam Sandler movie, you're going to see him playing the same fucking character
with the same storyline every single time.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's just like, dude, we're tired of it. Give me another original movie like Waterboy. Like, I love that movie, but dude, you grown-ups really.
I will say that it was last night. It was last night. We were kind of searching through Netflix to try to find something to watch, and I remembered the movie that I was trying to talk to you about. I don't know if you remember this conversation at all, but you know how ridiculous the movie The Core is. It's so incredibly ridiculous that it's actually quite enjoyable.
It's so good that it's bad, or so bad that it's good.
Yes, it's one of those. And the other movie that I was actually trying to compare its stupidity to was The Saint with Val Kilmer.
I love that movie.
Because that movie is fucking great.
Don't you mess with my childhood, man. Don't ruin that movie for me.
The pure
all right.
audacity that they have to do some of the things that they did in that film is just fantastic. You know, it almost tops the space shuttle landing in the core.
It's free energy for everybody.
And then he dresses up like the Beast from the 90s version of Beauty and the Beast, the live action one, if you've seen that shit. Yeah. But his what Val Kilmer looks like when he wears the long hair disguise and all that.
Yeah. It's kind of like who was freaking ruined a childhood movie? Masters of the Universe. You remember Masters of the Universe?
You need to tread carefully because I love Masters of the Universe.
Oh no, I love Masters of the Universe. Dude, I love that movie. I grew up with that movie. And then somebody, I can't remember who was trashing it, that I was like, don't freaking do that. Like that movie has an important part of my childhood. It's He-Man. And then you look at all the kind of like the gay references, and you're kind of like, oh god,
That's why I believe you shouldn't go back and watch those things unless you. I think the only way you can watch your nostalgic enjoyment movies again when you're an adult is if you're drunk. Because then you're still in kind of like a childlike mode, at least for men. You know.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's the core, dude. Come on. Speaking of shitty movies,
are we gonna go there? We're gonna do it. Yes.
I haven't seen Suicide Squad. Was it shitty?
I don't know if I want to talk about it because there is actually a bright spot to those movies, or that movie rather. Harley Quinn. As much as I wanted to dislike all the stuff that was going on in that movie, I mean, for the most part, it was pretty bland. I mean, there really wasn't a lot going on. I mean, most of the movie, like half the movie, is almost explaining each character. But each character really doesn't get a lot of airtime next to Deadshot and Harley Quinn. Those are the two big ones, which is understandable because they're pretty big in the actual comic, you know. But I will say that Margot Robbie did a wonderful job as Harley Quinn. A lot like the cartoon, like the 90s cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was pretty good. That part, anyway. The rest of it, no.
See, this is why I hate what DC is doing right now with their movies, because they're putting people that don't understand the freaking source material. Now, you telling me that they're explaining each character throughout half of the movie, it's like you don't need to explain the characters. Like, people already know the characters.
And the people that don't will look. They've already proven that with the Avengers and stuff.
It's just one of those things where, like, if you stop and explain every single character and try to give him an origin story, it's like, dude, like, just trust the people. Like, you're not making a movie for your fans. You're making a movie for the masses, and that it shouldn't be that way.
Wow.
That's why everybody hated Batman v Superman. Is because,
that was a terrible movie.
Half or more than half of the movie was introducing characters and trying to put, like, I don't know what the fuck they were trying to actually construct.
I honestly think that about a quarter of Batman versus Superman was them trying to justify choosing Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
I didn't mind him too much as Lex, but yeah, I want to see the Lex Luthor that it's in the
Smallville.
In the cartoons, like the serious, methodical, smart guy, not the smart guy kind of like awkward, fast talking moron that they put on as Lex. It's just I don't know, but it is what it is. And then, eh, and then when you see Suicide Squad, like the trailer, you're like, oh, this is the movie that's gonna save DC.
No.
And then all of a sudden you telling me this, and I'm like, fuck, not again. Like
it seemed like a teen pop type movie. Honestly, I mean, they really I mean, as well as Margot Robbie did, they tried way too hard to hang their hat on that and make that the anchor for the entire movie. So she got tons of time in that movie. But like I said, as well as she did, it was just so singular, in its existence. It was just so bad beside that it just didn't justify it. And the Joker, as much as I like Jared Leto, Jared Leto's a decent actor in my opinion, that was not his best role. I don't think that they should have chosen him for that.
really?
Also, I think it's hard to top, Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger. Well, I understand that it's a different persona since the Joker has multiple. However, the gangster version that they used in this one, which I thought was supposed to be the psychotic, there was very little psychotic. It was mostly gangster.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure that Jack Nicholson already took care of that.
Yeah. I'll give it a shot still. I'll still watch it, but
Yeah.
like I I don't know, maybe I'll really really like it. Like I said, I really do like Attack on Arkham.
You mean the game?
No, the
Oh,
the
the comic?
the animated film.
I don't know of this. I
Oh, okay. So since Suicide Squad, like that particular one for the movie, their inspiration came about a animated movie. It's called Suicide Squad: Attack on Arkham, and I'm not. I mean, it's from what I hear, it's the same or almost the same plot. It's slightly different, but the Suicide Squad's supposed to go inside Arkham Asylum and start shit up.
Yeah, that's none of this.
Yeah. So, but it's the same team,
Well, this is the same discussion that I had with you about Civil War.
Yeah.
It's like I kind of goaded Christelle because she hated it, and if Christelle hates a superhero movie, it's bad. Because she can. I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean it in a good way that she can actually sit there and dispense of all the fuckery that's going on in the background and just watch the action and the exciting part of the film. And she hated even that. I mean, it was pretty ridiculous.
Wow.
But yeah.
Well, I haven't seen it. Like, it's just I didn't bother with. I haven't been bothering with any like Marvel movies lately.
Well, the thing that I enjoyed the
Ant-Man,
most,
I didn't see.
you're not missing much. It's they've really lost their way. I think the first Avengers movie, and even maybe the second Avengers movie, well, I'd say the first one. The first one really had the soul of it going in, of the whole comic feel and everything, but they lost their way, for sure. They got too greedy.
Yeah.
Because there is something to be said for the early stages of those Avengers movies. There's some attempt to try to keep it honest, but man, they really pulled that away from it.
Yeah. All I all I know about the Avengers 2 is that Ultron doesn't really have like a big part of the movie. It's most of them just fighting each other.
Well, let's see.
And then
See
you
what
have
I
the villain.
remember.
You have the villain for like 20 minutes and that's it. And you're like, okay.
I will say, what's the actor's name that plays Ultron?
I don't know, dude.
You know who I'm talking about, though.
Yes, I don't know his name
He's
though.
on the blacklist.
Yeah.
He's a good actor. Very good actor.
Yeah, he is.
He gets typecasted a lot. But he did a pretty good job as Ultron. Like because Ultron was one of those, it's like one of the one villains. I do actually know you're the mastermind when it comes to comics, but Ultron was one of those, he's kind of like the, like the mirror image of Tony almost. But it's like the two sides of the same coin, kind of like the Joker and Batman. And he did that really well. Wanted to protect the world or whatever, but from itself type of thing. And the actor did pretty good with that. What's his name? You know this. No? The Blacklist? You don't know? Gosh. I could do all this and just look it up, but I'm not going to waste my time because I didn't waste too much time with the movie. He did pretty good, but yeah, it just kind of fell short once again. The only problem with those Avengers movies is that I understand that there's a lot of characters that they put in there, a lot of different superheroes, and it makes it really difficult to fit all that stuff in. And I think the first Avengers, they did that well, where they kind of fit everybody's story into it some way to kind of make it blend. With the next ones, it just didn't work at all. And that's the same thing what happened with this, is that Ultron kind of took a backseat to the underlying theme of all of these other characters.
Makes sense.
You know I love you, right?
I know you do.
You're a beautiful man.
Oh, man. We're going to have to watch or create our own, like, superhero movie.
I don't think I could do that.
Why not?
I'm not that talented.
You just got to put it on paper and that's it.
Oh, that's it? That's
yeah.
It? It just happens after that?
It just creates, materializes itself on its own.
Man, you could give Scorsese some tips, because the process he goes through.
It's like that one of my teachers was saying that he had his coach as a substitute teacher once on a math class, and he was asking, like, hey, like, I don't get it, and he's like, what? It's like, I don't get how a football player can go or grab the football and go to the touchdown zone, and he's like,
end zone.
Whatever. And he's like, well, what do you mean? It's like, well, in theory, if you split the field in half, and then you split it in half, and then in half, and you just go into infinite, I don't get how a player's able to go through,
Yeah.
and not get stuck in a loop. And he said the coach just look at him and says, you pass.
With that same indignation.
Yeah. You pass. That's it. So, yeah. So that's how you do it. You just write it, and that's it.
So have you watched any football lately? Like a full game?
No, not a full game.
When's the last time you watched a full game of American style football?
Super Bowl.
You watched that?
I actually watched it. Yeah.
That was a boring fucking game. I will say, except for, even though I'm not a fan of the Broncos, the fact that Von Miller just toyed with Cam Newton was hilarious.
Yeah.
That was pretty brutal. But I will say, one of the most enjoyable moments of last season was watching the NFC Championship game with the Seahawks and the Panthers, and the utter destruction that the Panthers laid waste to. Only because of where I live and the hatred that I have for the Rainy City bitch pigeons.
Well, it could be worse. It could be a Chargers fan.
Oh, there's
So-
nothing wrong with being a Chargers fan. What's that?
Oh,
What's that
there's-
one song? Here, I'm gonna find it.
You know, I was listening to Bill Burr on his last podcast. Like how he was saying that he was going to root for the Rams now that he lives in LA.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Because he has two teams, right, from the opposite conferences or whatever. And he's like, God, I was just getting sick and tired of these fucking Charger games. He's saying at the level of masochism that there has to be on a Charger to be and you know, be loyal as a Chargers fan is just like beyond him.
I don't. You know,
like,
I still think that there is something to be said for Browns fans. Because, okay, how many years did they actually make, like, the wild card or playoff games? Did they even? I'm pretty sure that they've reached the playoffs, maybe even one Super Bowl. I know they've never won, but that's brutal. Okay, here I have it. This is one of my favorite things in the world. Let me see. Okay, I'll play it since it's nice and clear on my audio. But I want you to play it at the same time so you can hear it and have the same reactions. Okay.
Jesus. Here, hold on. Hey, have Antonio Gates in there. That's
Yep.
good.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
One,
1, 2, 3.
Just wait for it.
San Diego Superchargers, San Diego Chargers, San Diego Superchargers, San Diego Chargers, We're coming your way. We're gonna dazzle you with our play. The time has come.
You like that, Zumi?
You know we're shooting for number one.
Oh,
I
my
don't
goodness.
think any Charger fan can actually like play the entire song.
Oh, that's from
Uh,
God. When was that made? That like the 80s, 70s. You sure? All right. Oh, and then of course, there's this one. Now, this is something that will bring back a little nostalgia for you, Zumi. This makes my heart smile. Because as much pain and suffering as you and I went through at different points in our enlistment into the United States Air Force, there was one thing that could always make us smile, just a little bit. And I believe it was this.
Oh, I love that song. My wife loves that song. She actually downloaded. She was surprised that I would listen to that type of song. I was like you have no idea.
Laugh, love, fucking drink liquor.
She's asking me which song. Now she says she doesn't like it. I'm like, you downloaded it for me. Oh, she downloaded it because I like it.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Does she want to talk about it?
Oh, we're having a discussion here.
Okay.
She downloaded it because I like it. She would delete it except she bought it on iTunes, so since it costs money.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that. Can't do that.
Can't delete it. It's like, I paid for it, so no.
How much did you pay, Anna?
¿Cuánto pagaste? She said 15 pesos, which is like $1 or less than $1.
99 cents.
Yeah, something like that.
So what? How many yen is 15 pesos?
I have no clue, dude.
I figured you would know this. You're the educated one.
I don't know. All I know is that Robert's becoming richer as the peso's collapsing right now. That's all.
It's all lies, Amy.
Yeah, but you know, as long as people keep using that piece of paper as value, then I'm playing the game.
We could go down that road too. Say that our currency isn't backed by gold, and we could talk about the fact that currency is only worth as much as people believe it is. And
well, I mean, it's no, I'm not getting into it. No,
the monopoly money we call dollars.
I know. No. Oh, I will say this. I took my brother to the States, and he was gonna make a deposit, like a cash deposit, and then he comes back with a $20 bill, and he's like, "I think this is a fake $20 bill." And I'm like, I like touch it, and have you ever touched a fake $20 bill?
No.
Like the paper, it's like thicker, and you're just like, what the fuck? And then you just put it in the light. There's no hologram, and he's like, "I'm gonna try again." So he like puts it on, spits it right out. He's like, "Yeah, it's fake."
So where did he get this 20?
I think he got it in the exchange rate booth.
Like in Mexico?
Yeah, in Mexico.
Yeah.
So
That's a big deal.
Yeah, he had pesos and he bought dollars, and a $20 bill was fake.
No, he didn't buy $20. He didn't buy anything. He bought paper.
Yeah, he got robbed, and
they're laughing at him right now.
Probably. So we're looking up like what do you do with a fake $20 bill? And then the highlight is like the government will not replace the fake money or whatever. But you pretty much SOL at that point.
No, you can take it to Walmart. They take everything back.
Yeah, but if you get caught,
yeah, but
I
guess you can't even say that you didn't know.
Yeah, well, even if you didn't know, it's like, how do they know that you didn't know?
That's what I mean. It's ignorance is not an excuse for breaking the law.
So I'm looking at I'm looking at the stuff on the phone, and I'm like, yeah, dude, you got a fake $20 bill. If you try to spend it and you get caught, then let's not do that. So he was thinking like, well, what if I tell the guys at the bank and see if they'll change it? It's like, I doubt they will.
I wouldn't take that anywhere. Why don't you just frame it and put it up in your room?
I know, but yeah, it's like I've never seen I've never seen a fake bill at all.
I'm sure we might have seen some of them in Kyrgyzstan, just didn't know it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you remember their currency? I remember in Al Dhafra, Al Udeid, all the currency we got there. At least that stuff looked real.
Yeah.
But the stuff in Kyrgyzstan, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's changed now. But the stuff that they had when I was there, it didn't look like real money.
Well, the paper quality was kind of shitty.
Yeah.
The print was like really?
But that was one thing. When you went to the bazaar or something, they always had American cash there. You remember when you could buy MP3 CDs out there? It was 10 for $1 or something.
Yeah, you buy your bootleg movies. It was completely okay.
And they had
I remember
the covers that were well, this is from a different movie, but
Yeah, I remember I watched Taken. The movie Taken with Liam Neeson. I watched it 2 or 3 months before it actually came on in theaters.
Well, what was that movie? They showed it at the Al Udeid theater, that big ass theater that they had. It was just one screen.
Yeah.
Gosh, what's the name of the movie? It's with Ryan Gosling and Ewan McGregor. And the whole thing is just a couple seconds vision of this guy that he has in his head right before he dies. No.
I don't know which movie that one is.
Oh my gosh, it's a really fucked up movie.
Oh no, wait, I know. Stay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dude, that fucking movie.
Yeah,
The whole movie, his whole thing, like that 2 hours is just him having like the last few seconds before he dies there after a car crash or something.
Yeah. Yeah, spoiler alert, by the way.
Nah, fuck these people. They're not listening.
Hey, I'll be right back.
All right.
I'm gonna take a piss. So. Entertain these folks.
Entertain them?
Yeah. Tell them a story. I don't know. Whatever.
Story.
I'll be back.
Well, let's see. I would say that, gosh, we've been recording for an hour and 39 minutes. No, I think each episode's going to be 2 hours. We're going to Joe Rogan the shit out of this. It's going to be 3 hours long, every episode. No, I'd never do that. But it is the Nothing Better to Listen to podcast. An hour? I don't know. No, what we'll do is we'll take the suggestions from people, if anyone ever listens, and they'll say, dude, you need to just make it a half an hour. And when people start saying they want it shorter, we'll just make it longer, because fuck you. And you'll listen to every second of it because you can't help it. I wonder if Anna can hear me. I can see her on Skype right now. Yeah, is she painting her toenails? Anna. I don't think she can hear me. He might have muted me. Like an asshole. Oh, now he's talking to her. They're arguing. Let's see. Can you guess what they're arguing about? Oh. There we go. Oh. Uh-huh. Y'all ready for this?
Alright, I'm back.
Okay, hang on. We're listening to some music, Zoomy. Calm down. This is our interlude.
I'm here to laugh, love, fucking drink liquor, and help the damn revolution come quicker. Laugh, love, fucking drink liquor, and help make a revolution. I'm here to...
Oh, okay. Okay, that's enough.
You sound exactly like the singers. By the way.
Like the background singers?
Yeah.
Laugh, love, fucking drink liquor. You like that, Zoomy? I'm going to break it down for you. No,
oh, man.
Hang on. My gorgeous blonde wife is asking me something. Go ahead. Yes. Is Anna painting her toenails right now?
No, she's playing with her iPhone.
She's playing with her iPhone. Did she paint her toenails?
No. I think she was cutting her toenail.
Cutting her toenails? That's disgusting. You don't do that.
I
don't want to watch that. Feet are the most disgusting thing on the planet.
Yeah, they are. They're gross looking.
Ugh. I don't care, how good looking someone is. Their feet are the one thing that is the most disgusting part about them.
There are those people that would disagree with you about...
I don't care. Those people are weird.
about that.
Foot fetish videos?
Yeah. Oh,
I actually have those?
Yeah, I once watched this video. I've never seen like a foot fetish video.
Are you going to describe this to me? Because I might show up.
I am going to describe this. So this chick is, it's kind of weird because the guy's lying down.
Oh God.
And the girl she's like kind of like in a doggy style position, but she's jerking off the guy with her feet.
Okay.
If you can picture that.
I'm trying not to, but continue.
And she's moving her feet at a pretty significant rate of speed.
Like what kind of speed are we talking here? Are we talking like a sewing machine speed?
No, I'm talking like a regular, hand job speed, but with her feet.
That's some groin and thigh and calf muscle.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, how is that even possible?
Well, it's possible.
And obviously, there's a lot of lube. I mean,
especially if you have cracked heels. That's
it's just nasty.
I hope they're not wet. Like wet feet, like from right out of a bath. Like a half-hour bath. Where they're nice and like the skin's sloughing off and. What are some other
That's
weird
so-
fetishes? Because in this world, what is it?
There's,
Is it Rule 34? If it exists, there is a fetish of it,
probably.
or there is porn of it, or something like that.
Yeah.
I know that
Well,
there's probably already Avengers porn and already
yeah.
Harry Potter porn and any cartoon that you can think of.
Pretty much.
Yeah, tentacle
There's
porn.
there's more porn in the world than a lifetime.
More porn in the world than a lifetime.
Yeah.
You mean
So
like than you could watch in your lifetime?
yeah. So if if you take the average,
Is that a challenge?
no, I'm just saying if you take the average human being in, let's say, the States, which is like what, 75, 80 years, something like that.
Sure.
If you start the clock from the time you're born until you're 80 years old, you still have not watched all the porn in the world.
And how messed up is that person now?
I don't know. That's a lot of porn to watch.
Especially from that age.
Yeah.
The subliminal messages alone from being an
How many-
infant.
How many hours would that be?
Too many. I don't know.
Yeah.
When you were in your single days, how long could you go with just watching?
Porn?
Yes.
It really depended on the day or night. I mean,
If you
because
had,
sometimes
if
you
you had a
just
candle lit.
well, this is my theory on why porn can become addictive, and it's not because you're like it gives you something. It's because you can't find the proper one.
Okay, this Christelle just handed me this. Now, what is this? Okay, this is how many hours are in an 80-year-old person's life. I guess from the moment that they turned 80 years old. 700,800 hours.
That's a lot of freaking hours.
Now, how long is the typical porn movie?
Like, well, it depends. The scene is like between 10 and 45 minutes or whatever.
Okay, so we'd have to multiply this by 60 for the minutes. In an 80-year-old person's life, they have 42,048,000 minutes. And if you divide that by, say, a 10-minute video, we'll just do a 10-minute video, that's 4,204,800 videos.
Jesus.
If you are watching from start to finish and the next one starts up immediately.
It's like no breaks.
I think you might be disgusted with the human race by like hour 800. Do they have a shuffle feature on these porn sites? To make it interesting.
Yeah.
So you're not listening
So-
to country all night long.
So there's so much porn you can't. I don't know. I think that's why it has an addictive property, because you're like, nah, I don't feel like watching this. I don't feel like watching. I'll watch this, and then you're like, yeah, I really didn't like it.
Well, did I tell you the story about the guy in my last job that got fired for porn?
No, but hold on.
Okay.
So sometimes I'll if when I decided to watch porn, it would take me about an hour to find like the 5 minutes of porn that I was gonna jerk off to. You know.
Did you say bingo when you found it? Eureka.
Internally, I would say, but you're like wow. Then you look at the clock and it's like, Jesus Christ! I started this adventure at 8. It's like 2 a.m.
This journey has taken me way too far.
Only to find 5 minutes that I was gonna like, damn it.
That you're doing the slow dry jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of chafing going on.
So this guy got fired because
this was my last job, and I don't know who he was. It was I was working in one of the buildings, and I believe it was an engineer. Pretty sure. It's so long ago now. Okay, this guy got fired for watching porn. Everybody knew why the guy was getting fired. However, at the job that I was working at, they kind of gave you like second chances, even if you had, done drugs. I mean, like hard drugs. They would say like, yeah, you got to take some time off unpaid and we'll send you to like rehab or classes or whatever, depending on the offense.
Right.
And this guy was looking at porn and they fired him immediately. So we're all wondering, like, had he done things before? And it's possible, but we'd never figured that out. But we're thinking, like, it had to have been bad, right? Like, whatever he was looking at, this guy just got fired for it. Well, we had been asking around for a few days, and we finally found out who one of these security guards was that was helping escort this guy out of the building. And he knew what kind of porn it was. So we asked him, what kind of porn was this guy watching? Now you would think, oh, this guy's looking at pedophilia type stuff, or he's, looking at like rape videos or something like that. The porn that he was looking at was transsexual, midget, furry porn. Yes.
What?
How do you even find that?
How do you even come up with a name like that?
Well, okay. It's just
Hold
different
on,
categories.
Transsexual,
Midget,
furry,
porn.
So they have like little people dressed as
No.
furry animals? Or...
Okay, no, not just little people. These are transsexual dwarfs, which in itself you'd think would be a very difficult thing to find. That's pretty rare, right? It's hard enough to find transsexual normal-sized people.
I've never looked for it.
You know what I mean? They're probably out there, but it's not like most of them make themselves known, right?
Right.
And an even lesser number probably do porn. And an even lesser number are dwarves, and an even much lesser number are willing to dress up like an animal for fetish porn.
Huh.
Who's the demographic? I mean, how do you find that
guy, I guess.
that one guy, and maybe like a handful of others.
Wow.
Transsexual midget furry porn. I want to know how much they're paying the midgets.
I want to.
They need more.
Lonnie, I want to Google it and see if I can actually find the video he was watching.
You'll find different sections because I believe I won't mention his name. Yeah, it's been a while, so it may have raised
John Doe
in popularity. What would you call that movie anyway? Anyway, the guy that one of the guys that I was working with had attempted to look it up, just Google search it, and you can find, parts of it, or parts of like the genre. Like, say, you can find transsexual porn, you can find furry porn, and you can find midget porn pretty easily. All three separately. To find two of those together is almost impossible, and to find all three together, we couldn't find anything.
Oh, so you actually looked that up?
Well, I didn't. Keep my phone clear in case the FBI gets a hold of it for some reason. I don't want that shit going down.
Well, you do realize that after this podcast, you can never be a politician, right?
I don't really think. Well, actually, I could. I mean, look at Donald Trump.
What's the worst? Okay, what about Donald Trump? Are we really gonna go there?
I'm not gonna bag on Donald Trump because I think he's the better of the two candidates. Fight me.
I won't. I actually believe the same. There's this movement in Mexico here right now about like everybody's hating Trump and they hate Trump and this and that and like, oh, you insulted Mexicans and stuff. Well, I'm like, all right, hold on.
When did he actually do that? I still can't find any record of him actually insulting Hispanics or other ethnicities in any way.
Well, by calling them rapists and criminals and, stealing our jobs. That's
you mean the actual criminals that came over?
Yeah. That's not the point, though. The point is this. The worst accusation about Donald Trump is that he's a racist.
Okay.
Would you not agree? That's what everybody's saying.
That's probably the worst thing.
He's a racist. The worst thing that they have said about the current president of Mexico as if he's a murderer.
Whoa.
He's known internationally as the Angel of Death.
You know, to be honest, that's a pretty cool nickname.
Have you not heard about like the 43?
No, is this a movie or is this an actual
No. This is an actual Mexican event that just happened recently during Peña Nieto's presidency. So there's a protest going on, and 43 students and teachers just disappeared. Can't find them.
Oh, you mean like kind of like what happens with the opposers to Hillary Clinton?
Exactly. So the people are like, you know, they want answers. This fucking guy comes in on national television and say like, yeah, you guys need to get over it. Dude, I swear to God, there's videos of him saying you have to get over it.
Wow, that's pretty brazen.
And Mexicans are throwing a fucking fit over what Donald Trump is saying about, you know, rapists and whatever. And then I'm like, he's been accused of being a racist. Your president right now has been accused about murder, disappearing people, doing unlawful
43 of them.
Yeah. Doing unlawful shit and changing the constitution of Mexico in a period of like 10 days.
Wow.
Just
when you think Obama was doing a poor job.
That's how corrupt this guy is. And it's like that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you know what? I don't mind Donald Trump. I really don't.
See, I think the one thing that I would say about Hillary Clinton is that even if I didn't know all the things that we know about her, even if I didn't know the fact that she lied multiple times about the whole email scandal and that she got other people to lie for her and that she figured out a way to convince the FBI to lie for her. Actually, they didn't even lie. They told the truth and said that we find no reason to convict her. But even if I didn't know any of that stuff, she still scares the shit out of me. She's a woman scorned. How many times has Bill Clinton cheated on her?
Multiple.
And would you trust that woman to do the right thing?
No. I would have, if you were to say, like...
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with, a woman that has a guy cheat on her. I'm just saying that woman has something wrong with her, and you can tell.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I see that as a personal matter. I don't see any relation to politics as far as what she can do or cannot do.
What she can do, right?
Yeah.
Not him.
Not him. So if her husband cheated on her and she decides to stay with him, that's her problem. That's a personal problem. It shouldn't affect the fact of whether you want her as president or not. What I have a problem is if we would have done that shit about using your personal email to send classified information.
Yeah, you mean like while we're in the military?
While in the military, as an airman, dude, we'd be in prison right now.
And just to make it clear, you and I both had clearances.
Yes.
And I mean, what were the things that they used to tell us if you just lost something or left it at a hotel room? Or, yeah. I mean, we had that red bag. You remember the red bag? The red bag that contained everything in it, like all the stuff. I don't think I want to get into everything, but, all that stuff. I mean, see, even scares the shit out of me now that I don't feel like I should even say what some of the stuff even resembled. You were in so much fear that you had that fucking red bag next to you at all times. When you're preparing for your flight, that thing's tied to your leg.
Yeah, and it's not even stuff that you would think is important. It's just, but it has a classification and you have to keep it with you.
Yeah, if you would have lost that, what would have happened to you?
It's a lot of repercussions. I would not have the FBI saying, we have no fucking reason to prosecute Sumi for losing this bag.
No, you're getting raped by somebody named Sergeant Dick,
So that's where I have a problem with it. Like I said, it's just that dude, I cannot believe that she recruited Bernie Sanders now, and
Yeah,
it's like that was
he
the guy I
turned
was
over.
that was the guy I was rooting for him. And there's a meme that came about. I don't know if you saw that there's this little girl, or lady or youngster, she has the Bernie Sanders sign, and it says, um, whatever happened to the revolution we were going to start? And then it has a picture of Bernie going, like, explaining. It says, "Have you ever flown on a private jet?"
Oh God.
And that's how it feels. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's how it feels. And the thing is, like, the fact that she recruited Sanders, the fact that people, even celebrities, are trying to, like, get Trump out. Like, I don't know if you saw the Avengers assembly.
No.
So Robert Downey Jr. and everybody that was in the Avengers movie are saying, like, yeah, don't vote for Donald Trump. He's like a racist and this and that. So that tells me that Trump actually has a chance of winning.
Yeah. When they
And
when they go this far, when they're going to these extremes, that have you seen the polls lately? I mean, I don't even trust polls.
No,
but it's now it's gotten so bad, like just like Christelle has told me, it's gotten so bad for Hillary in the polls that shouldn't even matter that much because they're so rigged and everything, but it's gotten so bad that they can't even rig it anymore, that he's so far ahead in most of these states that now the news is actually turning on Hillary to kind of save face
yeah.
for when this dude gets in the presidency.
So the thing it's like when Bill Burr said that, the only good thing that comes out of Donald Trump winning is that
A lot of
it
jokes.
tells, well, that, and he said something really, really funny and true, is that it'll validate him that the system is not rigged or corrupt.
Yeah.
By him winning, that's kind of like the proof that the system is not rigged.
Well, have you ever seen the actual statistics on the election with Mitt Romney and Obama?
No.
Like how much acreage was actually attributed to voting for Mitt Romney as opposed to Obama? The actual number of people that voted for Mitt Romney as opposed to Obama? The actual amount of counties that voted for Mitt Romney as opposed to Obama? And the demographics, everything. And the demographics are the saddest part. The demographics actually show that these, like the middle class, well, back when the middle class still kind of existed for, that little portion of time, it doesn't anymore. In case anybody's wondering, middle class is gone. The middle class to the upper class, of course, that's all for Mitt Romney, right? That's something you can expect from a Republican candidate. Just because, and Democrats can say whatever they want according to that, that, big corporations are evil and everything, but you got this woman who makes how much money on a speech?
Yeah.
But I won't even get into that. But then it even goes into the demographics of the lower class and what sections and counties and the crime rates in these counties who voted for Mitt Romney. And the lower crime rates vote for Mitt Romney, and the higher crime rates, of course, are voting for Obama. But why? And what was he promising? Just like Hillary. Promising that you're going to get this, you're going to get that, you're going to get free health care, or not free health care, but cheap health care. You're going to get, actually, he might have been spewing the free health care thing. Now that I think about it, it was a while ago, but I mean, yes, and now it's no surprise the African American community is outraged, and no wonder so many of them are going to Trump because they see Hillary. Yeah. It's just more of the same, right?
Yep.
And what did they get during Obama's tenure? Almost nothing.
They got a big dick up their ass. That's what they got.
The long dick of the law.
And it's like I said,
and cops shooting them.
I just want to make something clear. This is definitely not a pro-Trump or a politician podcast at all.
I think the guy's ridiculous looking too.
Yeah, this is the guy's a showed for all I know, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I mean, you want to focus on one thing, like, well, let's focus on the actual problem, you know?
That's never going to happen, you know that.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things where I'm like, yeah, if Trump wins, oh well, if he's doing a shitty job, you can always, kick him out of office.
And people tend to forget that about.
Yeah, and that's something that, that I like about the States, that if the people would actually, I mean, they'll actually get people out of office, right?
Yes.
I mean, they did it to Clinton, right?
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know that, actually. I'm amazed at how many people don't know that Bill Clinton was impeached. And yeah, he was impeached months before he was going to retire from the presidency. And do you know how bad you have to be kicked out of a job, any job, no matter what job it is, let alone the presidency, be like months before you're done?
Yeah.
I mean,
so for those who say or believe that Clinton was the best president we had because there was a positive number on the on the national debt, it's like, no, dude, like he got kicked out. People kicked him out.
Yep.
So, it's I don't mind Trump winning. I really don't, because like I said, if he fucks up, then you can just kick him out. You don't have to re-vote for him or give him 8 years in office, but you do have to get somebody. I do like the idea of having somebody that's independent, paying for his own campaign, kind of.
Well, mostly.
Kind of. Not owning that many favors, especially to like pharmaceutical companies, oil companies,
colleges
whatever
that they do speeches at.
Yeah, colleges. So, I think the worst that can happen is war, but we already are at war, so
3 technically.
Yeah. Well, they have an official end date. Now it's just maintenance, so they're not actual wars.
Yeah, but how long has that been going on? I mean, they call the Vietnam War the Vietnam conflict in history books now. That way, it doesn't make us look like we lost something. Hey, which, by the way, we got our asses kicked.
Which reminds me, did you know that freshman high schoolers now, 9/11's an event that happened before they were born.
That's crazy.
Isn't that weird?
It is weird. Makes me feel old too.
So, yeah,
Speaking of which, long times and a long time ago, we're about 2 hours and 6 minutes in. Did you want to call it, Zumi?
Yeah, we can call it.
But I really enjoyed it.
Oh, me too. Like I said, this is something we like to do, is just talk about shit. So
and this was one of the more somber conversations that we had.
And it's just, I don't want people to think that this is a political and something podcast. It's not. It's really just stuff that kind of pisses us off.
Well,
and
like we've said before, this might be one of those lost episodes. One day.
But if they ever hear it, it's it's our first recording.
Yep,
and
very first recording. I hope people actually enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah.
And be gentle.
Put some lube.
Actually, I don't really care. Fuck all of you.
we should just post it and be like, we decided to post it. Fuck it.
The title says it all. So.
Nothing better to listen to.
All right, buddy.
All right, bud.
Well, I'll go ahead and stop it there.